I'm going to put you on something. You've never had it before. You have to try it. Yeah, exactly. A lot of them would talk back, but I mean, volleyball.
That was bad. That was shark scoop.
It was awesome, dude. It was cool. That thing was surprise.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Chicas Talk podcast. My name is Landon Parrish, and I'm joined again by King. How's it going?
Doing fine. How about you?
Man, I'm doing all right. It's been a little bit hectic of a day getting all this stuff set up and getting in here, but we're out here, we're getting ready to roll, and we've got a super special guest, somebody who's been on the show before, former Red Raider, Norense Odiase. Norense, how's it going?
Applause. On my show, I beat my chest to clap it up for the guest. No, but I'm good. I'm grateful to be back on your show in a major way. You guys have a great setup with your team and people here live in audience. This is inspiring for me to see. So,
well, we really appreciate you coming on again. Obviously, it means a lot to us. But we heard you had some travel difficulties this morning getting into Lubbock. Well,
okay.
I'll let you go on a rant about what happened this morning.
No, literally, bro, I flew into New York. I was there all week for this business mentorship program with the NBA. And so after, I wanted to see the scene in New York for the whole free day that I had. So I was going to leave at 6 p.m. So I go to my friend's house that's like across the way, like a different part of New York. So I'm like, if I'm in New York City, I'm going to get the most out of every single second. So probably to my, detriment, I went to this side of the city and this side of the city and met with this person. And then I tried to call an Uber and rush to the airport in New York traffic, rush hour, to meet 6 p.m. takeoff. Long story short, my Uber, you think Ubers in New York know how to drive, like they're swinging. I'm like, he's in New York, he knows how to do this. Like, this guy was in the right lane just behind an 18-wheeler just like this. And I'm back there, I'm freaking out. Like, I don't want to get mad, but I'm like, bro, this is New York. You should know how to do this. Anyways, long story short, I missed my flight. And so when I missed my flight, I'm blessed to get another flight. It had a connecting flight to Charlotte and then back to Dallas. Well, instead of being home at 9 p.m. to sleep and then come to Lubbock in the morning, I went to bed because the connection flight from Charlotte got in at like 2. So I went to bed. As soon as I got to DFW, 2 a.m., went back home, an hour home, 3 a.m. I said, I got to pack my stuff, took an hour, and then literally Ubered back to get on a plane here. So I didn't sleep. And so we went to the Overton Hotel. I don't want to badmouth the Overton, but, check-in policy, 4 p.m., 4 p.m., right, Jordan? 4 p.m., 4 p.m. It doesn't work. It doesn't work when you have an 8 a.m. flight. And I always hated that. I'm taking over the segment, but it's crazy. Like, think about that. Whenever you have an early flight for an airplane, whenever you land in a city, where's the gap between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.? What are you supposed to do? Like, that's probably how they get you, like, to buy, spend your time at the mall, buy food that you shouldn't eat, all that stuff. Long story short, I said, okay, I should go to the Womble and, find a place to sleep. In my head, I'm like, but people know me when I go in there. I can't just be a fly on the wall and just, like, act and go find a corner to sleep. So me and Jordan, my best friend from high school, he's here. We found our way into the locker room unseen. I slept an hour. And fast forward, now I am.
Okay, when you said you went to sleep at the Womble, where in the Womble did you go sleep at?
It's a great question. Okay, so they made this alumni locker room specifically for our teams and the teams that help build the Womble, whatever. And so it's in the back, tucked away on the left. And I said, yeah. And I slept with some towels over my face. I'm like, I just want to get away for an hour. And I came out and saw everybody and everything, so it worked out.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so usually you're the first person who's been on the podcast twice. And so all the podcasts that we've done, the first section has been talking about how you picked up what you were doing, whether that be basketball, whether that be ministry, whether all the stuff that they do. That's what it's been. We've already talked to you about that. So we kind of want to know more about what you're doing right now. You've obviously moved on from Texas Tech and are doing some stuff. What does a day for you look like nowadays?
Man, I'm glad you asked, because as you can just see, I'm long-winded in how I speak. God made me like this. Hello, I'm not going to change. Anyways, I can say my day I get up every day at 5:30, talk to my Lord and Savior, because that's the only way I could find strength to the day. Because I always say, people say, oh, you're good at this, and it's not me. And without this, I couldn't do any of this. I'd be stressed. I'd be, so I spend my time and I read, and a lot of times I get pissed when I don't read my Bible as much as I should. And like literally, it's fascinating for me. Even obviously, the Bible is the book of life, so you revelation knowledge every time you read it. But I'm such a go. That's the only thing that slows me down. Says, hey, boy, chill, and it helps me. So I'm like, dang, am I an introvert now? Because I like to just stay in. Anyways, I start my day with God, and I go to the gym. I go to a coffee shop, because a lot of times I go to the gym and I come back home and grind and podcast and business, but I don't see actual people. I want to be in the presence of breathing humans. So I go to a coffee shop and I write every day and I read every day, and really just trying to build my podcast and showcase the stories. Mind Bully Podcast is my podcast because I have a passion to help individuals overcome the negative voice. I know I'm full of life and all that, but I think everybody has a battle, a negative voice in their head, whatever they want to strive to, whether it's an NBA player or corporate position, a sales position you want to get. It's always that limiting belief, that voice that tells you can't, why you won't, why you should not even try. And I'm passionate about inspiring individuals to overcome that voice, because I'm a believer, obviously, but the enemy's not going to stop chasing you. And one, it's like, if he's chasing you, he's not chasing something that's not valuable. Like, a lot of us think we're not valuable because of the place that we're in, but the mindset to see farther than your eyes can see, vision, is what I try to instill in people every single day. If you can see, oh, I'm more than who I am now, I can see who I can be, then every day you have the audacity to be yourself, to step into a room as yourself. I always say this. That's why I got dreads, I got a nose ring. This is who I am. I seek to express myself. I ain't trying to impress no damn body, like, at all. And so I try to live out my values and pour that out every day. Long-winded answer again, but the podcast and trying to build a business around that and building from there.
So you have this. We're gonna rewind back to before there was a Mind Bully podcast. You have this passion, obviously, about. I mean, you're a believer yourself. You have all this stuff. You have this knowledge that you want to share, but you don't have Mind Bully podcast. You're just Norense with thoughts. Like, why make a podcast in the first place? How did that come about? And how so far that you've grown from there to now? What have you learned over the years of doing the Mind Bully podcast?
Yeah, that's a great question. It comes from childhood, because I always say this, and I got to really think about it, because when I write, you can be real introspective with your thoughts and your life. And it comes from a place where I'm a twin, a child of immigrant parents from Nigeria, the youngest of four. And being a twin, you already wrestle with identity issues. Like, I'm like, bro, why do we have to wear the same little quilt every single day? My mom, my friends think it's cute. I don't think it's cute anymore after years and years and years. And so when you have that as a twin, and you go to school and you're Nigerian, but then you're American, but then you're like, which one am I? You're struggling to find your identity. And so that's twofold. But then three, there was a moment when I was from ages 6 to 8, older women in my life, I was sexually assaulted. And so every time that happened in my life, it made me feel like less than. I should always say this, like, urban community, I was like, am I the sweet one? Like, I'm the one y'all think I could be picked on, I guess. And so it made me feel less in worth, lacking significance. My dad, he's a pharmacist and a pastor, and my family in Nigeria they're I guess high up, and my uncle was the governor of the state, and he appointed my dad to be chairman of the board for all the hospitals, so like a raise. And so when he went over there to take the job and he was going to come back and forth, he tried to come back, and he got his visa denied for 10 years. So from age 8 to 18, I was without my dad. And as a kid, you think everything's about you, like you. So I was kind of narcissistic in the way I thought. I'm like, okay, that's point 3 of why I'm less significant, lacking worth. And I took all that and what the kids were saying and really saw something else though, that orange ball, the basketball, as significance, as evidence of, oh, okay, I'm getting a little taller, I'm getting a little better. The kids in my school look at this sport and they love it. And now if I take on this sport, I used to remember seeing the joy behind my parents' eyes, my friends and my family's eyes if they watch Hakeem Olajuwon play. I'm like, okay, like if I can do that will make me something. And so I did that and I chased that. And it's crazy because I chased that and everybody from the outside, I'm like, man, you became something, you're great. I end up getting scholarship offers after I go to a prep school in Miami and Texas Tech. A bunch of schools except for Texas offered me in Texas, go figure, whatever. But you get all these things and you're seeing out from the outside lens of, oh, he's brave, he's doing it. But it came from a story of insignificance. It just looks different. And fast forward to my senior year at Texas Tech, best from the outside, again, Final Four run, final Monday, come up short, but I lost 2 family members that year. They got hit by an 18-wheeler on a day after Valentine's Day. And I was pushing, and that insignificance and that feeling of lack of worth is really kind of what drove me even in that moment, because it's like, there was a moment where I felt like, oh, my family's here, significant, and then boom, they're gone. So it's like, how do I channel that grabbing? And during that grab, I go a lot of ways as I talk, but it's getting somewhere, I promise. During that grab, it's like you suppress your thoughts. You put them down every time. You put them down to strive. Okay, my team needs me. Okay, like I played the next day after it happened. Put down. And that looked like shooting the free throws to put us up in the game, then going with the Suns and going overseas, and that's what it looks like. So again, from the outside, it looks, man, he's achieving. But I got to a point in Germany, fast forward, my first year out of Tech, I was with the Suns in the Suns G League. COVID happens, I go overseas. And what looks like the most money I've ever seen, 3-story house, nice living, it was the worst time mentally. Away from my family, different language, 9 p.m. curfew because COVID it came over there now. And I had a coach that was telling me all these things that I wasn't. But it's crazy as people, you can be as confident as you want. And sometimes when somebody keeps saying something and saying it, you're like, wait, am I what he said I am? Am I? And that was the first time I ever questioned myself. And I think it was obviously the devil, but specific to where I'm not with family to big me up when I go home. Oh, you good. No, it was just, okay, I'm wrestling within my thoughts. So I always say I was between suppressing that voice and surrendering to that voice. And I wanted to surrender to that voice and take my life. But then I surrendered to a different voice and my faith. And that's what got me out. And I was struggling within. I know a lot of people struggle within those voices. And it takes the confidence to get to a level of, okay, how do I shine on a light on what I went through? Because a lot of people, it's hard to voice that. And my whole thing is, if I learn something about life, in my life, I'm not anything that I am is because of God. But if God told me to say it, I'm going to say it. So Mind Belief Podcast was a thing after kind of my personal journey battling my negative thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I love your personal journey. I mean, this is the first time. I wasn't there at the first podcast that y'all did, but I'm not sure if you talked about all that. But I'm glad that you, opened up to us. And then I see some alignment. I'm also from Africa. Moved here when I was just a kid. That bullying, that insignificance, that feeling, like I feel drawn to that. Like I know that feeling of just being empty. And then my expression was soccer. That's how I expressed. That was my orange ball, was a soccer ball. So like I love how you connected that, and then now to see like where you are now, it's that journey where if you feel like you're not gonna make it, like you have to look at people like the Norense or people that have like made it, people that have fought through it. Even if he's going through that fight now, still, you're fighting it the right way. You're fighting it.
You know, it's not to cut you off. It's always funny because even as you're saying that, there's some part of me that I don't like praise or any like. because I think we're all people and we all have our moments in our journey and something to learn from somebody else. I will say that my journey now is I don't battle in the ways that I did, but basketball, I play basketball, but then I have a podcast. And part of me internally am saying, did I pick up this podcast? Am I pushing to find significance in something else to say like I'm more than just a basketball player? And I'm like, I want to serve people, but maybe there is a voice that says, okay, like show them that you're better. And the ego comes. The ego, oh, show them that you could do it and pick it up and do it better. So I don't know. I don't know if you battle with that, playing a sport and trying to do different things, and even in your experience in your life, if you want to pull different levers to show people that you're good at this when they only know you for this. It's such a struggle. Yeah.
So obviously you come back into town nowadays, and you've been on many podcasts. You've talked to many different people. You've been on ours a couple times. You could easily come back to Lubbock, do your own podcast, go to the football games, hang out at the Womble, and go back home and go about your day. What drives you to want to come on to different podcasts and help other people out along the way?
Yeah. I care about this community. I sign off on things that I see fit. Like, you guys have a good team here. You got people listening. You have there's something that Coach said. I was like, Coach, what are you talking about, Coach McCaslin? He's like, you got a way about you. I'm like, what does that mean? You got a way about you? Like English, that helps. But there's a way people walk and move about themselves. They have a confidence and they have a way that is respectable. And whenever you treat yourself with respect, people want to meet you with that as well. And I see something in people. For me, it's never what you see as it is. A lot of people, even as athletes, you know this, you look at what it is, not what it could be. For me, I always see things as what it could be. And when you showed me LCU and what y'all do and how passionate you are, and this guy, he can be like the best salesman because he's blowing me up. I'm telling you, on Snapchat, he's blowing me up. On text, he's blowing me up. And sometimes, like, I'm doing something, I'm like, damn, he's almost making me feel bad. I'm like, he's on me. But, like, that's what you're supposed to do. If you're confident about what you have, there's a lot of people that have these up and coming. They're like, I shouldn't reach out. You're supposed to. Like, how do you get better if you don't push yourself? He probably had the voice in him like, dang, this guy doesn't want to be on. No, that's not the truth. It's to push past that. It's to keep going. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, this kid's relentless. Like, why? That's pretty cool. And that's what I see. And whenever I see and I align myself, I see myself in that. Anytime, yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, that's it's hard getting something like this started. So yeah,
Remember Chewy's?
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, you were in town. Was that 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago? What was that?
2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks ago, you were in town and you were doing the podcast at Chimmy's, and so you told me and Landon to come. So we're like, all right, we'll come. So we went and we stood in line for I think like 20, 30-ish minutes. We like turned around and did something, and like we like had a conversation with like other people, and apparently you walked out. We never saw you walk out.
Man.
Never saw you walk out. So we were having a full conversation. We finally get to the front. We were like, all right, where's Norense at? They were like, oh, he walked out. We were like, what? When did we miss this 6'4" guy, 6'5", just walk out?
Yeah, how do we miss that?
I had no idea. And like we were like in the parking lot. We were like, maybe he's still here. So then we called you. You were like, yeah, we're heading out. I was like, well, I don't know how we missed it.
I mean, this guy's been relentless since then. So it didn't matter. So you got me.
All right, so we got 2 more things we're going to do before this first segment closes up, and we'll do them pretty quick. But tell us a little bit about the Mind Bully podcast, what you're doing with it now. Where can people watch the Mind Bully podcast and game day stuff? Tell us a little.
Well, I preface this by saying I'm hard on myself. So watch the Mind Bully podcast. You should. It's on YouTube, but, weekly is a thing. And it hasn't been weekly on YouTube. It's been every 2 weeks whenever I feel like editing and putting the podcast. But every single week, 3 times a week, I put out a podcast. On Monday, it's me or a guest, and that's really what we're focused on is Mondays. Thursdays is called Talking Tough, where I literally say my thoughts because I think it's essential to have I always say this, I open the door to my life to let people do that the same, and for me, it's my mission is to give you permission to be yourself. So I literally say my exact thoughts on Thursdays. People like that. On Fridays are moment episodes, like little tidbits of Monday episodes. So 3 times a week, Mind Bully Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast, on YouTube. Man, whenever I have a team like this to help me out, it'll be more frequent. But yeah, wherever you get your podcast, Mind Bully Podcast.
And what do? You do stuff with game days now, is that correct?
Yeah, I partner with Texas Tech to run a live show before every tailgate, before every football game. So I'm out there in the green space. If you don't know what the green space is, a lot of people don't know what the green space is. It's across the street from the ballpark. And we're at Lubbock Municipal Coliseum. I tried to say that 3 times fast before and literally bit my tongue like I'm hungry right now. Anyways, it's across the street. And our vision there is to create a college game day type experience, to have a live stream 2 hours before the game, to invite fans and to really excite the area. I feel like Texas Tech has had a challenge to connect with specifically the student population. Insert Mind Bully Podcast and hopefully a lot of other people there to do so. But another thing with that, it wasn't just me. And I always say, okay, I'm privileged to have relationships at Texas Tech to do something in the space, and a lot of people don't have that opportunity. How do I highlight other stories? So I have Jeremy. He's with Tortillas and Takes, is another Texas Tech podcast. He joins me as a co-host. One of my boys from back home, my roommate in college, Jalen Johnson. He's a co-host as well. We have videographers. He literally drives in. His name's Brian Valentine. He drives in from 50 minutes away to record and to get, coverage and to learn in that way. And then we have a 16-year-old, Camden Reese. He literally is in high school and he has the opportunity and the ability to cover the event and then join me on the field to cover different kind of fan interaction. So for me, it's about building up communities. You talked about that with going on different podcasts. Again, my vision is seeing what people can be and who they can become if they're given opportunities. So if I'm given an opportunity, I always say this, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. That's a Maya Angelou quote for the day. Whenever I go somewhere and if they invite me in, look out. I was just in the NBA offices and Adam Silver and Mark Tatum, he's like, if you ever need anything, let me know. I said, don't tell me that because I will, and it's not just about me, it's about the people I care about. So that's what we're doing in this space.
Well, cool. So we've got something, for those of you who don't know, we've partnered with Mukewater Outfitters in Wolford, Texas, and we got you a little bit of a gift. He does things, they're called brocades. We'll let you open up some of the stuff, show off some of the stuff that's in there.
Ooh, a hat. I got a big head, guys, so the hat probably won't fit, but thank you for the hat. Ooh, this is some beer hot sauce. Damn fine beer hot sauce. I don't know if I can do that, though.
Do you not like spicy stuff?
I am. I'm Nigerian, so I'm supposed to
I was going to say, you're supposed to like spicy.
But like my mom, when she sees beer, how can you be drinking beer? Yeah. So I'll turn it around. I'll drink, it's hot sauce, regular hot sauce. I got you. Now, that's my type. I'm a coffee guy. Coffee guy, small batch. There we go. I like this. Coffee.
What's your go-to coffee place?
I'm basic. I'm a basic guy.
So Starbucks?
A nice vanilla latte, oat milk. On a day like this where I had 1 hour of sleep, 3 espresso shots. That works. I like candles. This is awesome. Weller weeded bourbon. You guys like to drink, huh? Special reserve candle. Beer and bourbon candle and hot sauce. There we go. Big ass brick of soap. Leaf and leather. I like this though. I like some big soap. And truck scents. This is cool. Thank you, Mukewater, for the gifts. That's cool. I like it.
Massive shout out to Mukewater. For the people who are in the audience today, if you use code Odiase, either checkout or in the store, you can get 25% off your whole order at Mukewater Outfitters. So, yeah, they've got their blackout game day gear. So go get hooked up with that.
What if Odiase uses the code Odiase? Is that 50?
Hey, I think that's only
that
right.
doubles up, right? That's 50.
I think we could definitely make that happen.
I like it.
So yeah, use code Odiase, and that runs till Monday. So for the people watching live on the podcast, that won't be available. But we do have another code, Chicas. It gets you 10% off. That's running forever. So use code Chicas, get your stuff. You can order it online, pick it up game day morning, and get outfitted for the game. So big shout out.
Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Does it fit?
I have faith.
I mean, it fits. If you go like this. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. But thank you guys. This is cool.
Massive shout out to Mukewater Outfitter.
Yep.
We're gonna move the cameras around. We're gonna hit some golf shots with you, Norense, and we'll be back rolling before y'all can blink. Alrighty, we are back with the second segment of the podcast. We've got Norense set up at the tee box. We're gonna be asking you some fun questions. They're gonna be easy fastball type questions. Some of them might get a little, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Okay. But we'll ask you a question, then you can hit a golf shot. The first one we'll start off with, and we asked Avery the same thing, but it's like 12 o'clock at night. You're hungry, and this back in college, where are you going to get a midnight snack?
Back in college, midnight snack, I would go with a nice caniac combo, Raising Cane's. As of now, I am vegan, and we have some technicalities with that even just now. As a vegan, you're not supposed to be eating, cheese, and I have mozzarella stick. But back in the day, it was definitely Cane's. Now, I don't know. If you're vegan, don't come to Lubbock. Can I hit a shot now?
Yeah, go for it. I might talk in the middle of your
All right.
go, but I'll keep talking a little bit. Oh my goodness, there we go. We've been working a little bit with you, trying to get the golf shot down.
Just a little bit.
And the record for the long drive is 23 yards. Unofficial, I think, was like 180. That was after we stopped recording. Avery Benson. And so but 23, he had 6 shots, 5 shots. Either way, he got it 23 yards. That was his furthest. So this doesn't count for anything yet. We're just warming you up. The last segment will be the long drive. But I have to ask, do you like cane sauce? Like, is that?
Love cane sauce.
A good cane sauce there's a perfect way to do this.
Okay.
Like, I hate when people don't have plans and actual intention in what they do with life, right?
Okay.
When you go caniac combo, you got to make it like a sandwich. You dip the strip in the sauce, and it's not just you dunk it. Yeah, like I'm playing hoop. Dunk it and you wrap it, and then you put some extra sauce on there, and then it's a nice little sandwich surprise.
Do you put any fries in your sandwich?
Nah, that's too much. I'm not tacky. That's a delicacy. You can't mess up with. You can't be too tacky with that. All right, and let me tax this real fast.
Yeah, let's see it. We're trying to see some.
See, that's the thing. It went to the right. I'm not gonna let him lie for me. That was bad. That was actually bad.
But you got power on it.
A little bit more to the right, and boom, there goes your camera. Left to the boom, there goes your camera.
We trust you. We know we're not gonna do that. I'll let King get the next one.
So your second question is, what is your favorite childhood memory?
Childhood today, huh? Childhood memory. Favorite childhood memory.
Yeah, like what's the first thing? Like anything that pops in. Is it like
playing outside, hooping against older men, sweating, scratching, crawling after school, running back home so I don't get beat up, and then having my mom say, "No, go out there," and I'm fending my own. So those kind of stories make a man. Obviously, in today's society, I'm like, "No, you ain't finna do that. We gonna get you some boxing gloves and do it the right way." Oh no, in my head. See, I'm editing my thoughts. Why, when I said that, I thought of running away from dogs in my neighborhood? That was a thing. Like, obviously, there was a bus stop close to us. But, like, in the morning, I always used to get scared by myself to go to the bus stop. I would wait for my brother so he takes the fall. But, like, there'd be, like, I hate when people leave their dogs out, and I'd just be running. Like, you know how people pet dogs? I didn't grow up with dogs. So if a dog's there, I'm going to run. There was this one time, I swear, like, true story. I had just got my bike, and there was this dog, I think it was a pit. Yeah, it was a pit. It was actually a pit. And I came with my bike, like I peered to right outside my driveway. So I had my helmet on, had my bike. I'm going this way. It's like, as I turn this way, I see the dog that way, and the dog's like, in my head, I'm like, I got my bike now. I'm not going to run. So I'm strolling. Mind you, like, as I'm strolling this way, the dog is like right here. So I'm going. And then the thing about, getting a bike, you don't really know how to use it. And I had my helmet on, thankfully. I slam on my brakes. Like, obviously, you're supposed to ease up.
Yeah.
I slam on my brakes and flip. And, like, have my helmet. It was awful. But long story short, the dog kept running. But I hit my head.
That's the best part.
Round 3.
Just imagine that
Yeah,
dog.
this is round number 3.
To the right, bro.
We're going right.
What am I doing wrong?
You got to close the club face. So whenever you get to address, your club face is open like this. You want it closed, and so it goes straight.
Before I asked it, I got locked in for this one. No more questions.
All right.
We'll give you a second.
This
We'll give
is
you
a
a
serious
second.
shot.
You want a drum roll?
We'll give him silence.
You want a drum roll? Can we get a drum roll? I'll filter one in.
Bro,
It's
the
all
right. I'm
Try-
not.
So next time when you swing, so you swing normal, but try and like move to the left. Try and hit the ball to the left, and just see. It might go bad. It might go straight. We don't know. We'll figure it out right here. We'll see if this one, and then we'll get back to the questions after.
Okay, get back.
All right. Back to the questions. So in the last podcast, we talked a little bit about your recruiting, how you got recruited to Tech. And something that you said was, back in the day, back in high school and stuff, you were an offensive threat. Now, if you ask people at Texas Tech what you were probably a defensive stopper. You were the energy guy. Like you were the man. Yeah. But you said something that stuck with me, that you don't get to show all your skills and different systems, that kind of stuff. Yeah. One, my question is, first thing, would you consider yourself an offensive threat? Yes. And what is the strongest part of your offensive game?
Okay, quick story. My best friend from high school, from life, is right over there.
Yeah.
He came about 2 weeks ago. I'm doing a podcast with Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. Zaire Smith, he wanted to play King of the Hill. In King of the Hill, you get a certain amount of dribbles, and you play, and you one-on-one. My friend Jordan steps up. He gets it dunked on live. That's one. Zaire, get buckets rained on his head too. So I think he would say, and Zaire would say, yes, offensive threat. But actually, to seriously answer your question, there's a lot of players that have more traits, they have more abilities, but the team that they're on, that's not their role.
Yeah.
I just wish people would see me with my role and playing. But part of it is my negative voice, my mind belief in the game. I'm like, dang, should I shoot this? Should I shoot this? Partly, coaching has told me not to shoot this. Yeah. And me, my parents, everybody, my boys from back home, they're like, shoot it. You can shoot it. So I'm like, what do I do? Just play my role. And so there's a lot that goes into there. But yes, I am an offensive threat.
So also, before you hit the shot, if you know that, like, you come from, obviously most high school players, when they're going to play D1, they're probably dropping points in games. You're the guy on your team. Going to Texas Tech, and now you've got, did you have Tubby your first year? Yes, sir. So you had Tubby, and then it went to Coach Beard. You've got these guys telling you, okay, you've got to pick your moments. I don't want you just pulling it from 3 over in the corner. Yeah. Was that frustrating you? Is that something that you had to get used to?
That's the best question yet. It was when Beard came, because he came with the old school motion, Bobby Knight. And for everybody, Justin Gray, he was on my class, we say we sacrifice the most out of everybody, because when Tubby came to see me and flew out in Florida, he wanted me for who I was. Right. And when I came on, a lot of people don't know this, I was one of the leading scorers of the team freshman year. I started every single game from the start. I got hurt, and then it turned differently. But when I came back, same thing. I was getting the ball, I was getting double teamed. I was like, oh, I like it in the Big 12. Then my coach, Tubby, he leaves. He goes to Memphis. Beard comes in. I'm hurt at, like, my first practice. First of all, I broke my right foot when Tubby was here. I rehab, came back in the tournament. We got to the tournament that year. And first practice, Chris Beard comes in, left foot, same, fourth metatarsal, boom. I blame Under Armour. So hopefully we get out of this deal this summer. Anyway, but when he came in, like, bigs, he's never had a big. So I was like, okay, like, all the thoughts came, should I leave? What should I do? Obviously I'm not gonna leave. I love this city, I love my team, but it was a real challenge there. And for pro, like, you need the stats. Yeah. But to get to where we got to, somebody had to sacrifice, and that dawned on my shoulders. Okay. But a lot that also came from that was leadership. I was able, while I was hurt, to actually read books, and Beard was beyond me. If somebody missed class, he'd be on me, and I'd be on them. And I grew, and I learned from that moment, and it helped us every single year. So The sacrifice hurt my game, but yes, offensive threat.
All right. See
As I try to convert that into offense here, let's see. It's a little better, right?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, that will 100% play.
Okay, so we asked Avery this question, but I actually want to know your opinion on it. But so who was the most impressive player you played with and against?
Dang, that's a good question. Most impressive player I played against, I'll say Buddy Hield, but I was hurt that year, but he was different. Like, I'm telling you,
buckets.
Going crazy. But I would say like a Frank Mason, like they weren't losing with him on the floor, and it was tough, and it was like the daunting Kansas, like whenever his presence was there.
Yeah.
Bigs though, let me think of a big man.
Because Avery said Zion, right, was the most impressive
That's the
player?
thing.
He said physically impressive, but like gifted
Yeah,
was
exactly.
Mac.
Okay.
Was who?
Mac McClung.
Oh, that
was
he
like
played
just,
with?
Yeah, just gifted.
Yeah, Zion he's a specimen. But like, he wasn't the best player I played against. I would say, the Buddy Hields. I would say Buddy Hield. Now, on my team, Keenan Evans, he's my best friend. This kid, and he doesn't get enough credit because he's a quieter guy, but like he would drop 30 off 12 shots. And I'd be looking back at him because I came in with him and we're best friends. I'm like, I started looking at him like, is this the same Keenan that I have always known? And he's just the same guy. I'm like, no, like he was different. And so seeing him and how he got to that level, a lot of debates, even to this day, with our Final Four group, we're like, who's better, the Final Four group or the Elite Eight group? And for me, talent-wise, I say Elite Eight group because we were talented, but as we had the better team, like the unit, as the Final Four group. So, but I would say Keenan for sure.
The Elite Eight group was the one that ran into the Villanova powerhouse.
Yeah,
right?
And that's the thing. Like the last 20 years, I'm telling you, majority of the teams would have lost to them.
Oh yeah,
like
no.
Sure.
So I always think about who would win at a Final Four Elite Eight team. I don't know. I'm taking Elite Eight.
Elite Eight team. There you go. I like it. Let's see the.
I haven't whiffed yet, so that's good, right?
Yeah. No, that is.
Can I get another drum roll? I hit it better. Can I get that? No drum rolls. I think it messes me up. Every time I get a drum roll, I almost pop another hole in that net. So no drum rolls.
Okay, so.
See?
Hey, that was not bad, though.
That's the best one.
That was good.
Here we go.
Okay, so obviously graduated from Texas Tech. Two things. You played a stint in the G League. Is the G League something you're still pursuing?
Yeah. But right now, like I'm focused on building out this podcast and a business arm behind it with the right people to take it to a different level. Because I always say this, and I believe it. God gives us certain talents, and it's to steward our talents into the spheres of influence that we have. A big sphere of influence I have is Texas Tech.
Right.
If they give me an inch, I'm gonna run a mile. And like I said, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. If this is my chance, my opportunity, that's what I'm focused on. So I believe that if you stand on your faith, no matter what, and you stay the hell in your lane and don't worry about what this person's doing, they're not with your traits. They weren't born like you. Yeah. You're one of one. So I believe that God gave me specific traits, and I'm on a mission to figure out and fine tune and steward all of them. So
cool.
Yeah.
And then second question really has nothing to do with the first one, but in the last podcast you told us a story, and I don't think probably anybody in here's heard it, about something about ice cream during the Final Four run. Tell us that story, because I thought it was hilarious.
I'm trying to get better at my storytelling. I should probably be better by now. I have a podcast. Okay, so Final Four, we're playing Michigan State. And Michigan State, like, we're supposed to be focused. It's the Final Four, a different level of intensity when you're playing an opponent in that level. But let's pan out and see the Final Four. It's in Minneapolis, and all our fans, it's a sea of red. And our process was a little different. Beard was big on smell the roses was the same. Smell the roses, which means enjoy the fruits of our labor. Yeah. So I got there, and I think we're a day after practice, and usually we'd go after practice, we'd come back, watch film, talk as a team, good night, take up the phones. Because, again, I was like, no phones. Like, this is all distractions. Like, I was like, no phones. And so that's usually what it would be at that magnitude, that scale. But this day, for some reason, Beard was like, okay, let's go get some ice cream. And in my head, I'm like, let me just, he didn't say that, whatever. So we're walking around, the fans, hey, we love you guys, the Red Raider fans, which is great, which is cool. But I'm like, bro, this is not what we're here for. And so we're walking around. I think we go through a mall, and it's just more of that. It's like building up. Like, yeah, we love you. Like, we're rock stars walking through Hollywood. I'm like, it's kind of boiling. I'm like, can we go back to, like, this is not the time. And so we go to the ice cream shop, and everybody's going through, picking out their ice cream. And there's one moment, it's like a spark in me. I was like, I got to get the hell out of here. So I walked out, and I was just trying to cool down. Daryl Dorrell's one of our GAs. And he came out, he noticed me pissed, and he kind of knew, so he was smirking. I was like, I don't know what shit's funny. Like, I literally remember this, and the guys would laugh. I'm like, we in this whole eating sherbet and shit, and we have a game. I'm like sherbet and shit. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is not what we do. This is not our process. Like, we need to be focused. We're not, like, maybe I was tripping. Mm-hmm. I was like on 10. And so when we got back, the whole team, we sat in the meeting room, and Beard's about to talk. I said, hold up, and I just lose it. A little flavored language in there towards Beard, towards the coach, towards everybody. I'm like, this ain't what we do. We're not here to celebrate. We ain't did shit yet. Like, this was our mission. We got here, but we haven't done anything. We haven't checked it out. Everybody else. Another story was the Duke game, the same thing. Everybody outside, oh, you hung with Duke. I'm like, duh, like our process said we should. Yeah. So this is another moment. I'm ripping them a new one. And then Beard just laughs. I'm pissed. I'm still screaming. He's like, well, I did my job. That's what Beard said. I did my job, got our leader pissed, break it out. He broke it up. I'm like, bro, but that is a story everybody on that Final Four team will always tell because I was on 10. Yeah, sherbet and shit while we got a game. All right, no drum roll. Okay, drum roll. Something. I don't know.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll keep honing it in.
Okay, I guess calm me down so you don't think about sherbet and stuff. So, are you a good gift giver?
Yeah, I love giving gifts. Like, I spend time giving it. Right now, I say I'm a good gift giver, but my mom's birthday was October 2nd. Haven't got her gift. She wants Hoka shoes, and I'm still like, I'm one of those like Amazon kind of optimists, meaning like I got to make sure I get the right deal, the cheapest but best quality, and I like read the reviews and I look at it. I'm like, I don't care what your review said. You got paid for that. I'm not listening to you. I'm literally, I'll spend hours on
what that is?
Something stupid.
It's the African in you.
Yeah,
that's what that
stupid.
is.
It's stupid. So, yes, but I still owe my mom some shoes right now. So.
Okay.
Well, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, for real. Happy late birthday. Go get you your Hokas, we promise.
I just didn't think. Drop it again. Drop it again real fast.
We got it.
Get your, let me listen.
Hey, there we go.
It's a little better.
Contact was good right there.
Still going that way.
Okay, so there was an interview that was done. I can't remember who did it, but Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero were all doing an interview. And they asked the question, what is the most like useless luxury purchase that you've ever made? So for example, Bam's answer was he bought like this machine that folds his laundry for him that was like stupid expensive. What is your most useless luxurious purchase that you have made that you look back and you're like, what in the world?
Bro, probably a lot. Hold on, let me think. Useless.
I feel like Jordan has an answer for you.
Bro, I'm trying to think. Useless. Bro, I think like, maybe I'm not answering the question, but my cousin, like we're same age, everything is like my brother. He buys all the $800 shades, earrings. Okay, I'll give you that, earrings. Mm-hmm. For me, I will never buy real earrings again. Yeah. If I have like $800 pair of earrings and I lose them and I play basketball and I take them in and I take them out and I take them in, like that is dumb. So I would say, I did that before, and now I buy a cubic zirconium from Claire's.
There you go.
So, drop one of those.
That's the way to do it. All right, we got time for one more. I'll let King take us home with one more question.
Okay.
Hold on.
Reload.
It's getting worse.
Reload.
It's getting worse.
Reload.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Reload. Doesn't happen.
Remember,
We'll cut
don't
that
swing
part.
hard. Just hit the ball. Just like that.
Why is it doing
sounds
that?
great.
But
But it's going right.
yeah.
But it sounds great.
What if I?
So here,
one more.
I'll tell you. Imagine a big straight line going through this ball.
You keep saying theory, man. I'm just trying to hit it.
Imagine a big straight line. Swing your club down the straight line going out into the field. That was straight.
That was straight though. Okay.
Okay, so your last question. If money was not like an object, like if money didn't matter, what would be the first thing you buy? You have all the money in the world.
I don't know if I've ever heard that. Is that how you're supposed to ask that question?
That's how it was written.
If money was not an option, what would I buy?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be what would I do?
I mean,
I'm
what
just
would you do? What
talking.
would you
I
buy?
don't know. I
What
don't
would you do?
know.
What would you buy?
If money was not an option, what would I buy? Dang.
Those hookers for your mom?
No, because I'm going to buy them either way. I don't want to get, I'm Norense. I would buy people confidence, bro. It's saying you wanted a different answer, but like that's all I'm thinking about. Like if I could buy somebody something or like to tell them a message, I'll give them money for you to understand within you, like like confidence. Because I think that if you're confident, you are dangerous. Whatever you pick up, I'm dangerous. If I want to get a wife, which I do, anybody watching, listening, my mom is on me about, go out and find your wife. I'm trying. You see me, I'm on a forum saying it. But if somebody wants a wife, like if they had ultra confidence, I'm confident, but like that type of thing, if you have that, you could do so much with it. So money for confidence.
All right, well, you heard it here first. If you're watching this,
I always say you got to be universally beautiful, though. Because I feel like God's blessed me with some. You got to be universally beautiful. Love the Lord, of course. And know how to hit a golf ball.
that's the most important right there. Know how to hit a golf ball.
Because I sure don't. So
All right,
somebody better.
We'll do one more, and then we're going to close off the segment. And we've got long drive coming up next, so make sure you save a little bit for the long drive. But
Okay.
good practice
I
swing.
saved a lot for that one.
Yeah, that was good. It's a good practice swing.
Keep your head down, Norense.
Yeah, keep your eye on the ball. Boom. All right, that's going to do it for segment number 2.
Yeah.
We're going to one more, and then we've got long drive, and we'll be out of here. So we're going to move the cameras. We'll be back over there, and we'll see you in the next segment.
Cool.
Okay, we are back with the third segment. We've got Fast Money from Family Feud. We've got Norense bumping some music right now. He can't hear us. We're gonna start off with King. We've got 5 questions. If you win the battle, then you get 2 extra golf shots, or Norense will for the long drive. But we're gonna start this off quick. I need quick answers, okay? So, name something people put their name on.
Paper.
Paper. Name an occasion that people frequently forget.
Valentine's Day.
Okay, Valentine's Day. Name something that men's magazines give tips on.
To smell better.
Smell better. Name something a fireman doesn't want to be without.
His fire pole.
His fireball. Name something a telemarketer tries to sell you.
Phones.
Phones. Okay.
That was bad.
So, all right.
That was-
You can tap Norense.
That was bad.
All right,
Yeah,
so
good
you're
luck.
up. You don't need the headphones on. You've already heard the questions. But the next
Oh, yeah.
time you will.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
King's already gone. We heard his answers. You don't want to repeat his answers. I'll put that out there. And we're going to get this thing going. 5 questions, fast as you can. Name something people put their name on.
Name tag.
Name tag. Name an occasion that people frequently forget.
Birthdays.
Birthdays. Name something that men's magazines give tips on.
Hygiene.
Hygiene. Give me another answer.
Dating tips.
Dating tips. Name something a fireman doesn't want to be without.
Hose.
A hose. Name something a telemarketer tries to sell you. 2,
Cakes.
Cakes. Cakes is the answer.
Bro, we're both gonna get 0 that one.
All right, so they're going to add up. I've got them adding up the points. The audience, shout out to the audience. They're adding up the points for us. And we'll see.
Yeah.
They're going to be the ones to decide because there's like specific answers, but they'll decide if they think it fits in that category. It's up to y'all if it fits in the category.
Oh.
All right. Well, King already got.
How many points did I
the
get?
first one. I don't think they got.
What did he say?
I got 2.
What did he say?
I said paper.
He said paper for something you put your name on. An occasion was Valentine's Day, which was that was the 2 points. Men's magazines was hygiene, basically.
That had none?
Fireman doesn't want to be without was a pole. And a telemarketer tries to sell you phones, I think was his answer.
He said cakes.
Cakes is bad.
Okay. So yeah, Norense won the first one.
He just won with
That's
one.
2 extra golf shots. Norense, you have 3 shots on the long drive contest now. We're going to move on to the second one. King, headphones on.
Yeah, I'm good.
Can't hear? Hello? Okay. King can't hear us. So, Norense, you got the questions. Name a vegetable you cannot eat in one bite.
Cucumber.
Cucumber. Name an occupation that someone with a fear of heights should never consider.
Skydiving.
Skydiving. Name something a man might do for a woman to prove that he is a gentleman.
Oh, chivalry. Open the door.
Open the door. Name something people pay to have cleaned for them.
House.
A house. Name something people do in their sleep.
Snore.
Snore. All right. Over to King now. You're good. You can take them off.
Bro, you were vibing.
Yeah. Fact.
That was it.
All right. They're adding up the points. Those are some good answers. All right, King. You ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Name a vegetable you cannot eat in one bite.
Pear.
A pear. Name an occupation that someone with a fear of heights. Name an occupation that someone with a fear of heights should never consider.
Tightrope walker.
Tightrope walker. Name something a man might do for a woman to prove that he is a gentleman.
Open the car door.
Give me another one.
Give her flowers.
Give her flowers. Name something people pay to have cleaned for them.
Car.
And name something people do in their sleep.
Talk.
All right. Those are the answers. Those were
I feel like I did good.
those were pretty good towards
Other
the
than the
end.
first one. No shot! What? What were his answers?
He had cucumber for a vegetable. You gave us a fruit. Name an occupation that someone with the fear of heights. What would you say? Yeah, you said something like skydiver. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, that's good.
He said open the door for the gentleman. They said clean their house and snore, which were all very good answers and way up there on the list.
That's just tough. All right.
That is
just
tough.
that's unfortunate.
All right, so Norense got the music going again.
Dude,
Good, can't hear us? All right, cool.
he's like another world.
All right, so got the next one. Norense right now has 5 golf shots. So the last one, King, name a dog in comics or cartoons.
Donald.
Donald. Name a door inside the house that you usually keep shut.
Closet.
Closet. Name a drink that tastes best when it's very cold.
Slushy.
Slushy. Name a famous lake.
Erie.
Like Erie. Name a famous painter.
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. All right.
I brought it back, right?
Those were, I will say, I'll give you, those were good. You just again botched the first one, but that's all right. You can tap Norense now. It's all right, yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Okay, so this is the last one. You have 5 golf shots right now. This is to get you 2 more, get you up to 7. All right, so we need you to name a dog in comics or cartoons.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Name a door inside the house that you usually keep shut.
My parents' room.
Parents' room. Name a drink that tastes best when it's cold.
Milk.
Milk. Name a famous lake.
Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. Can you be specific? Can you give us one of them? Do you know any of them?
No. Dang, that's a bad one.
2.
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan. Name a famous painter.
Picasso.
Picasso. All right.
I lose. Don't even add them up. I don't even care.
You had to beat me on that
You
one. You won that one. You won.
Let's go!
I said milk in my parents' room.
Bro, my first answer
King said for...
was Donald, because I thought it said duck.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
hell
didn't
no.
hear dog.
Oh, yeah.
I said Donald with so much confidence that it like filtered directly to my brain. He said dog.
All right, so that's going to do it for Fast Money. We're going to go right over here to the first bay. Big shout out to Golf Suites. We appreciate them letting us come and record in their space. If you're ever in Lubbock area, you want to come play some golf, hit some golf balls, come to Golf Suites. We really appreciate y'all letting us use your space. We're going to go over to the first bay, and we've got a long drive contest as Norense tries to break the record of 23 yards set by Avery Benson.
Attention all that is watching, all that will like to watch the Chicas Talk at Golf Suites. We have a challenge. And if you know me by now, I'm up for a challenge. Avery Benson. I heard he got 23? 23? 23? I'm going to beat that. But not just beat that. I'm aiming at that orange, the second orange pole. So here we go. I got 7 tries for greatness.
I mean, I guess he just did our intro for us.
I was about to say,
He
we
just
don't have
intro,
to.
but
Yeah, we don't have to intro anything. All right, shot number 1.
shot number 1. That's what Avery
did
did
not
too.
read. So we're still, shot number 1, we're still at 0.
You got 4 left.
Yeah. No, he's got, because you only had 5, because you only won 2 of the, no, you won 2 of
He
the
had
fast
7.
monies. That's right, you have 4 left, that is correct. I was mistaken. Oh, come on.
That might do it. Not high enough.
It's not gonna read it.
It has to be higher.
Wait, if it doesn't read?
It doesn't count. If
It's
it
a
doesn't
0.
read, it counts as a 0. So we are 2 shots in. We've got 3 shots to go.
Remember all the lessons, Norense. Remember all of them.
Can he break 23? Will
That's going to
read?
be close.
No way,
It's
that's
not
not
gonna
going to read.
Bro, how?
What's that do to make it read?
You got to hit it higher. Remember all the lessons?
I gotta kill it then.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you hit it right. You don't have to keep it in the little confines it shows. So if it goes right, it's all right.
Avery Benson, your score's looking good right now.
Oh, that's going to
Never
do
mind,
it.
it's gone.
That's
Your
going
score's
to do
gone.
it. We have a new record. It is going still.
What time is that? I mean, how many I got left?
You've got
You have
one
one
more
left.
left. At 150 yards right now. That is the new record, 150. Norense broke it.
Drum roll, no drum roll. Give it to him.
Got the drum roll for the last shot. Oh, that's got to go far. Oh, it's not going to read. I think you were too far to the right. That one was probably too far to the right. That's all right. You broke the record, got 150.
I break records, okay? It's not pretty, it's kind of ugly, but I won, okay? And I had a fun time doing so. So, Chicas Talk, thank you guys.
Yes, we appreciate it, sir. That was lots of fun. Appreciate you coming back on the podcast again. Thank you very much to the live audience, everybody who came out. And big shout out to Mukewater Outfitters, gave us this nice gear.
Before we forget, I'm thinking of number 1 through 10.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah,
else went out.
We've got a giveaway of 2 shirts.
3. That was 1. I'm thinking of another number 1 through 10. Just shout out number 7. All right, you 2 got them.
All right, yeah, we got 2 shirts to give away from Mukewater. We'll make sure and throw that in the video somewhere so you can see what we gave away. Make sure and use code Odiase if you are in town, want some 25% off, and code Chicas if you are watching this live on YouTube. Code Chicas will get you 10% off. Norense, good luck on your podcast tomorrow.
Yeah,
we appreciate
it's
you
fun.
being here. That was lots of fun.
That was fun.
You broke the record. You're the new record holder.
I'm a winner. I'm a champion. And they got to let me back, so if somebody...
I was about to say, you got to come back and defend it.
redeem
You
myself.
got to defend it again.
Have it read.
Yeah, we'll get you towards the middle, upstairs maybe, give you a little bit better. But that's going to do it for us here at Chicas Talk for another episode. It's King, it's Norense, and it's Skydive Media. We appreciate you guys, and for everybody else in the audience, that'll do it.